Now, we all have them in our staff rooms, those change resistant staff, those people that might sit there thinking, if we wait long enough, this too will pass. Or they may be those people that are constantly knocking on your door and wanting to complain about some of the initiatives that you're trying to effect change around in your school or educational environment. And alternatively, they could be those people that are like white ants. They'll nod in agreement at the staff meetings and then quietly go about behind the scenes, undermining everything that you're trying to achieve, like eating away at the foundations of the change initiative that you're trying to take into place. Now, we know that this sort of change resistance can have a huge toll on your own well-being as a principal. Research commissioned by NZEI in New Zealand found that principals have 1.7 times higher stress levels than the normal working leader. This is huge. One of the tools that we can use as leaders to try and effect positive change is emotional intelligence. Now, if we think of emotional intelligence as the interconnection between our emotions and our rational thinking, at level 1, we may have low connection, and this is sort of like, if we think about it in terms of broadband, it can be likened to dial-up broadband. What you might see in this type of emotional intelligence is the things of reaction. So things like people coming to you and you're reacting and off-the-cuff emotions or comments. This can really eat away at the foundations of trust in an environment and also not help one bit with any form of change that you're trying to create. If we go to level 2 and we're thinking about your emotional intelligence, remembering that that's the connection between your emotions and your ability to think rationally around things, we look at it being a little bit more random, where you have got some control over how you react to some of the reactions that you get from staff, and this can have a better response from staff, although they're still quite cautious towards you and the change that you're trying to bring about. Now, if we up the ante on our emotional intelligence and take it to level 3, we're really looking at a regulated style of emotional intelligence, where if a staff member comes to you and is wanting to talk around something, maybe in a raised voice or however they come to you around it, you're able to hold your emotions in check, think rationally about how you want to respond, and then respond in a way that leaves that person considering things from a different angle. You are starting to create a high level of trust in your environment, and people will start to trust you and the change that you are trying to develop. Now, if you consider at what level your emotional intelligence is it level 1, reactionary, level 2, random, and or level 3, quite regulated? Where might you lie within those 3 levels? One of the things that I do is work alongside leadership teams in schools and in tertiary organisations to help you develop your emotional intelligence, so that those change-resistant staff are no longer sucking the lifeblood out of you, and you're able to then respond to them in a really productive way, so that the change that you're trying to effect does take place. And while you're doing that, you're also developing their emotional intelligence through the way that you respond to them. So if you want to find out more about how you can develop your own and your leadership team's emotional intelligence to try and work your way with those change-resistant staff, then feel free to contact me and we can arrange to have a chat via Skype to see where you're at and what your needs might be. Thank you.